Well, it seems that Apple's September event won't be exactly as we remember it. Because yes, we have a new leaked lineup for Apple's Time Flies event, and there are some things that we were expecting and others that we weren't. Some new official specifications of the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE have emerged, and it looks like a good choice. And the Huawei Developer Conference just made the case for why developers should jump on board. I'm Jaime Rivera, happy Friday, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually happy that we are in Techtember, because we've got a ton of products coming up. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with deals, and this actually might be the best time to buy a Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Bear with me. See, right now you can get a $246 discount if you go for the bundle that includes that Note 20 Ultra, in addition to the Galaxy Buds Live, the Galaxy Tab S6, and the Galaxy Watch Active 2 for $2,142. Sheesh, I know, it's not cheap, but if you think about it, you can also just go for the Note, then that's still $200 off, meaning you can get the entry-level variant for $1,099. That's actually the same price as the S20 Plus, that's really good. Then the latest 27-inch iMac with 5K Retina display is $100 off. That leaves the Intel Core i5, 8 gigs of RAM, and 256 gigs of SSD for $1,700. It's a good deal, but still, the specs aren't really that amazing. If you want better specifications and more storage, we also have other deals for those as well. And then we've got more deals on the Galaxy S20, Beats by Dre headphones, and even Sony TVs in the links down below. Now, Huawei's developer conference ended today, and let's just say that the company brought a lot of changes into how they plan to lure developers into adopting the platform, because just to give you an idea, HMS is to the Huawei App Gallery what GMS is to the Google Play Store. So first off, they announced how they're boosting e-commerce and businesses by using AI and AR kits integrated into HMS. Just to give you an idea, this lets developers tweak their applications to be able to display products in a visual way on their device, allowing for a more immersive experience, scanning products through QR codes and others. They also announced some gaming improvements to HMS Core. For example, they claim that smartphones are actually closing into consoles when it comes to processing prowess, so they want to push gaming. They're simplifying mobile gaming creation with their new Cocos Creator, which is a free open source gaming engine that allows developers to publish games through different mobile platforms. They claim that the App Gallery is promoting developers to 490 million monthly users and sharing 85% of the revenue, as opposed to other companies that are currently infamous for that. And they didn't stop there. They also showed transport and navigation announcements. We got to see their new location kit, nearby kit, scan kit, and more. They're facilitating the development of transportation applications available in multiple languages and countries. Obviously, this is just the beginning, and actually some of these things are not stuff that we've seen in other stores, so I do feel that it might be compelling for developers. Let's just see how adoption happens over time. We'll keep you posted. Now let's talk about existing Google Pixels, because what would a Pixel launch be without some sort of a problem? But actually, we're not going to talk about new devices, we're going to talk about old ones. Let's talk Pixel 3, as there's multiple users complaining of swollen batteries that are damaging the phone's rear panel. It was first spotted by a guy over at Android Police, where they found a Google forum with the affected user. After that, a lot of users came out with the same issue on both the 3 and the 3 XL. Apparently, wireless charging stopped working for them, and in some cases, even the speakers and the fingerprint sensor would malfunction. Some users even reported that their phones started to overheat and explode at the repair shop, and so far Google has actually replaced units that still have a warranty, but then in the case of users that don't, they apparently have had to buy the new battery, and Google hasn't released a statement yet. We'll obviously keep you posted, as this will most likely continue escalating. Now let's talk about Apple and actually Epic Games, but not necessarily. I mean, we know the reasons why the drama emerged, but you know that hasn't been the only issue. We've seen companies like Facebook and even Microsoft also complain about Apple's practices, but not just for that 30%, there were other restrictions. One of the major reasons these companies like Microsoft, for example, were complaining is because Apple would not allow cloud-based game streaming services. And, well, it seems that Cupertino has thought it twice, as the company has just updated their App Store policies to allow these types of applications on the store, but of course, they will still have high demands. According to their update, streaming games are permitted so long as they adhere to all guidelines, like submitting every update for review. Developers must provide appropriate metadata for search, and games must use in-app purchases to unlock features or functionality. Another caveat is that these services must offer Apple's in-app payment system with the infamous 30%, meaning they'll probably be taking a cut every time you renew your xCloud or Stadia. And we don't know what Microsoft or Google will respond to this, but hey, I mean, it's going in some direction, I guess. And yes, Techtember also leads to Techtober, and one of the devices we've been covering for a while is that Samsung Galaxy S20 FE, mainly because this actually is a more compelling Galaxy S20 to a certain degree. I mean, we've been covering multiple leaks and specifications, but now the phone just went through certification on TINA, revealing some official specifications. The phone is listed as a 6.5-inch display, 4500 mAh battery that'll support 15-watt wired charging, dual SIM capabilities, and it'll apparently be right in between the S20 and S20 Plus when it comes to size. Now, that's it for the certification, but just to refresh your memory, we are expecting this phone to bring a Snapdragon 865, 120Hz display, a 32-megapixel selfie camera on a punch hole, which is actually better than every other Galaxy with the exception of the S20 Ultra, a triple camera array at the back with a 12-megapixel main sensor, 12-megapixel ultra-wide, and an 8-megapixel telephoto with 3x optical zoom. And if they also give this thing a fan edition price tag, this could actually be, again, a better S20. We'll see. And finally, the hottest news today have to do with Apple and their Time Fly September 15th event. I mean, we've been fumbling over what we should expect in this event, mainly because the placeholder is for a 2-hour event, quote unquote. I love that there's a full video from Rene Ritchie where he analyzes the fact that Apple doesn't necessarily mean that the event will last 2 hours, that's just a placeholder. And it actually leads to a lot of speculation that we might not get iPhones. And well, now we've got John Prosser chiming in on that. In a recent tweet, first up, he mentioned that we'll be getting an Apple Watch SE on September 15th. He claims that it will come with 40 and 44 millimeter variants, and then with the Series 4 design, but it won't have an always-on display, no ECG, and an M9 chip. According to him, they're listed as Apple Watch and Apple Watch Pro for the hardware engineers, and he isn't sure if this is the final name. Now let's actually also talk iPhone, but actually bad news all around. Mass production already began this week, but not with everything. Remember that ideal of getting 120 Hz on the display? Well, that was codenamed D6X, and it did not make the cut. So I guess we can give up on that ideal. Also, iOS 14.1 won't be finished until October 9th, so it's actually kind of impossible for them to ship phones until mid to late next month. According to his sources, the iPhone 12 won't be announced at this event. And finally, he did also mention the rest of the lineup, like the Apple Watch SE, then the Series 6, the iPad Air 4, and the iPad 8. And probably more. But then again, no iPhones or AirPods Studio, which were rumored. And of course, these are all leaks, not necessarily pointing to accuracy or anything. We'll cover that whenever the event happens, but let us know in the comments down below. I mean, what do you think about the lineup? 2 Apple Watches, 2 iPads? Do you think that's compelling enough for you? Because in my case, I would have loved an iPhone to be launched right now in September. But I'm not gonna lie, if they tell me to wait until November to get 120 Hertz, I'd wait. That's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Also follow us on social medias. Our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me be happy that we get more work, because that is a blessing in these days. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week, but expect some content over the weekend.